Good morning. It's Tuesday, May 20th. And this year, 2025, I will call it a special year, a deadly year, a designated year. Because this is the year that Republicans used a time-honored trick for setting lower taxes to expire this year, at the end of this year. So if Congress does nothing, the taxes for most Americans, that's income taxes, will increase next year. And this would be very unpopular. The political world believes that this expansion is by far the most likely provision to make it into a final bill, a must-pass situation. So policy-wise, keeping these lower tax rates in place is nothing new. It just continues the irresponsible status quo. From a budgetary perspective, it's by far the most expensive thing in this new bill they're working on. It would increase the tax deficit in this country by another $4 trillion over the next decade. And why do we need that? Why should we be desperate in our tax situation? And President Trump has promised to do various nice-sounding things, including ending the taxes on tips, ending taxes on overtime, ending the taxes on Social Security. And we can't end taxes on anything. People have to pay their fair share to keep this country running. And House Republicans are trying to at least make something good on these promises, these crazy promises that Trump has made. So adding new tax deductions for tipped income and overtime income and a higher standard deduction for seniors is not the way to go. And so these are expensive. GOP is now playing more games with the budget mathematics than usual. They're setting new tax rates to expire at the end of 2028. Basically, Trump is creating a huge budget mess for whoever succeeds him in the presidency. A mess that person will have to clean up. Is that what we are taught to do in this country? Do things crazy and screw your successor? And there's one more twist. When Trump funded the old 2017 tax bill by hiking taxes on the blue state people and sharply limiting state and local taxes, House Republicans from New York and California have hated that policy, and they're pushing hard to roll it back as much as they can. The problem with that is it would be very expensive, so the leaders of the GOP are resisting. And of course they're resisting, because most of them are happy to screw states like California and New York, where people earn a decent living. And then you have mass deportation and border and military money. And Trump's new spending priorities in immigration and military spending. He wants about $50 billion for his border wall and other border facilities, and billions more for U.S. Customs and border protection. He also wants money for his planned Golden Dome missile defense shield and for shipbuilding and munitions and military priorities. Well, we need to have something for our military, but we need to have something for the rest of this country also. And he wants to raise the debt ceiling, the legal limit on new debt the U.S. government can issue. That gets raised every few years, and Congress has to raise it or risk an economic crisis. Aren't we in an economic crisis right now with all of this stuff that's going on? And so they will have to have negotiations, bipartisan negotiations. And in some cases, there will be high-stakes political showdown. And Trump is not interested in dealing with the Democrats. So he's throwing it into the lap of his constituency. So that's another factor that is bothering the squabbling Republicans. And how do they get around this thing? And they have to do that by mid-July this year. So these controversial spending cuts that the Republicans are proposing to offset some of these other things is crazy. These spending cuts will cost us about $4 trillion. And if they get new tax breaks and his military border spending and shit like that comes in, that'll cost us another $1 trillion. So the cost of this new bill that our current president wants to put forward is about $5 trillion. And most of it won't be paid for. The Republicans are proposing some spending cut to pay for some of it. And you know where those spending cuts are going to come from. They're going to come from targets like Medicaid and clean energy and student loans and food stamps. Is that what we want to do? Cripple this country? Kill the poor? So watch out, America. Trump is on another tax scam for all of us, and we can't afford it. We need to stop this nonsense. We don't want big cuts to Medicaid. We don't want big cuts to clean energy. We don't want big cuts to the student loan program. We don't want cuts to the food stamp program. So this is not 2017 anymore. It's 2025, and it's a critical year monetarily for the future of this country. So I leave you with these unhappy thoughts this morning. Try and have a great day. Take care. Bye. Thank you.